That ain't oil. Oh boy. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Austin, and this is my 1950 Farmall Super A tractor. I just got it running the other day. If you didn't watch that video, go back and watch that. That's gonna tell you a little bit about this tractor. I'm gonna see if I can get this thing running good enough. It starts and runs, it just doesn't run very good. The carburetor needs to come off of it. I need to either buy another carburetor or take the carburetor off of another tractor I have, just like this one, and see if I can clean that one up. Because this one's missing one of the studs off the carburetor, or it's not missing anything else but that. It also has, the jets in it are so rusted together that I can't get them out with a screwdriver. It just breaks off the heads of the screws. And another thing I need to do, I need to rewire it. I've got this wire running from the distributor up to the battery cable. It needs to be run to an ignition switch. I got to get an ignition switch for it, and wire everything back up. Need to get a battery that'll fit into it the right way. Exhaust manifold. It's so rusted together that I can't get the top of it to come off of there so I can put a different exhaust on it. The exhaust snapped off, and that's cast iron. It's kind of harder to weld. So I think I'm gonna have to get another exhaust for it. I'll see what I can do about those nuts on there. I'll show you guys here in a little bit. And steering box, as you can see, that steering's really loose. It needs new belt, and what I'm working on tonight are the tires. So let me run over here and grab my tire. I just pulled this off of it earlier. This is a, I don't know, I'm gonna say probably 20, 30-year-old tire. This is what I'm putting on it. It's got a bigger ridge on it, and they hold air. So that came off of a Farmall C that I have, and I think it should be the same. It should all fit. If it does or not, we'll find out. But that's the first thing I gotta do. Next thing I have to do is pull the carburetor and pull the tank and clean up the tank, and get all the rust out, put a fuel line on. I got a bunch of work to do to it. That's not all gonna happen tonight. A lot of it will probably be tomorrow afternoon, because it's already almost 9 o'clock. But I'm gonna get started on this. So first thing we need to do is come over here to this tire. Okay, so the way these go on, it's almost like a trailer house tire. They fit on there like that, and then it's almost like a clamp. See if I can get these things set up here. See which way it goes. Okay, so I just looked up another video. There's a Farmall C restoration video I saw, and the guy on that video was showing how to put the wheels, or these rims, onto, see, whatever you call that piece. I've always called it a rim, but it's two different pieces. And he has, on a Farmall C, that's what these wheels came off of. It has a different kind of mounting situation on it. So what I'm going to do is I have to pull these 3 bolts out and pull this entire, I'm just going to call it a rim for now, whatever it's called, this entire system here out and take it off that C, because it looks the same, but it's a little different. So tires are not going on tonight. What I am going to do is I'm going to work on pulling off my gas tank. Got to pull that off and clean it. So we'll work on that And then I'll probably come back to this a little later, work on these here. But yeah, I've got plenty of work to do, so I'm not too worried about that right now. That can be something that's done later. Okay, so I'm looking at the gas tank here. It looks like there's only 6 bolts to pull this off. Looks like maybe a 14 millimeter. See if I can find one here in a second. And pull the old fuel line off that is destroyed. If I can. Don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, I'll have to get that off later. Yeah, I can wiggle it out. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so what should have been easy now just got a little harder. That there is some kind of oil line or water line of some kind. Where's it go? Is that water pump maybe? Or oil pump? Something there. Hydraulics, that's what it is. Hydraulic pump. And these lines are right in the way. So I'm going to have to take just a wrench instead of a ratchet and pull those 2 off. But then on the other side, it'll be just fine. I can get to it with a ratchet. This tank doesn't seem to be too dirty. We looked in it the other day, but I'm gonna go ahead and clean it just in case. If you guys have any tips on the best way to clean out a tank like this on an old tractor, let me know. But I think what I'm gonna do for now is I'm probably going to put some marbles or something. Marbles and probably some diesel. Diesel's a good cleaner. In that tank, slosh it around a little, and then wash it all completely out. That just got a lot harder. There's a nut on the back side of the bolts. Got here. This is gonna be fun. Alright, I'm on there now. Finally. Ah, the smell of old gas in the evening. Fun. Whew. Some really old gas. Smells real nice too. Alright, I found something much easier. Right there, the whole mounting bracket. It's going to be so much easier to get out than taking that whole tank apart. Or taking that whole thing off the mounting bracket. And I'd eventually like to restore this tractor. We got a lot of comments on the video, will it start video, about people wanting me to restore it. That settlement bowl is right in my way. So, and it is locked up tight in there, so I gotta pull everything off along with that bowl, which it should come right off as soon as I put a or as soon as I get this thing loose, everything will fall out of there, and I'll lift the tank and get that settlement bowl off. That thing has some old fuel in it. That's what I was saying a minute ago, what that fuel that smelled really bad, it's in that bowl. Although the bowl doesn't seem to be too terribly dirty, there's no telling how that tank looks. I think that's all. Nope, that is not all. Where is this holding? Oh, it wasn't holding. Okay. Mud dauber nests. This thing needs a bath. Alright, well, that was simple enough. Something else I'm thinking about is whenever I try starting this, it grinds really bad because the flywheel, it's missing a couple of teeth. Probably actually more than a couple, probably a whole bunch. If a lot of y'all have restored tractors like this or worked on a tractor like this, let me know, how hard is it to split one of these? I'm thinking it should just be these few bolts all the way around. There's probably some kind of linkage in there that's got to be unhooked or something. But I've never split a tractor before, but that'd probably be a good one to do. Because it grinds every time I start it, and it's starting to get really bad. I can hear stuff making noise in there whenever I try starting it. If it starts grinding, there is a little noise. It sounds like something hitting another piece of metal down in there. And it don't sound good. So, I'm thinking it's probably pieces of them teeth flying off and hitting the sides of the engine. So, I need to, if I'm going to actually get this thing going good, it's going to have to be split. And I'd like to restore it, like I said earlier. But yeah, if you guys know anything, any tips on that, or even any tips on just anything on one of these tractors, just comment and let me know. And just tell me what you know on them. Now that I can get to that settlement bolt, work it back and forth here, maybe. Just okay, that's got to come off there now. Alright. Y'all ready to see some nasty fuel? There's my bowl. Alright. Here's some nasty fuel. Ooh. Never mind. That thing, is it threaded? Okay, yeah, it wasn't oh. I'm gonna have to get another bowl. Yeah. That's some nasty fuel.
Get that all over you?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that
Ew,
there.
Gosh, that stinks.
Yeah, it stinks.
Cool.
But that seal on the inside, that's messed up. It's all corroded. I could probably clean it up, but I could buy another one for real cheap anyway. Okay, I was wrong. I thought that I couldn't see much in that bowl. That thing's so dirty, I couldn't see nothing. There is rust. Just in chunks of metal. Whew, this stuff stinks. A bunch of, oh, that's like a, it's like a putty of some kind almost. That's what it feels like. Bunch of, it's like Play-Doh. Okay, so I'm looking down in here. Is this whole thing, if anyone, I don't know if anyone knows or not, this whole thing, so if you look down in here, it's like a divider about right here. Is most of this not even fuel tank? Or does that divider have something that I can't see where it just fills in through there? 'Cause it doesn't look like there's much fuel tank there. All I know is if that divider isn't closed off, it's gonna be real fun to clean. That ain't oil. Oh boy. Well, that's stuck, so I'm gonna just pull this plug in the bottom. I don't know what that is, but it ain't oil. I think it's probably water and oil mixed. There goes the drain plug. Oh, I see water. That's not a good sign. I opened up one of these the other day and saw oil. That ain't oil. Okay. That plug has a thick layer of what we're just going to call putty for now. That's gray. That's not clear or black like oil. Black. That's what it should be after that long. Look at the color. That's water and oil. Good thing I didn't run it for very long. Alright, so I have a new plan for tonight. Pull this plate, oil pan, off the bottom. With about 5 billion bolts. Alright, what's the guess? How much junk is there going to be in the bottom of this pan? Okay, so I don't have the impact driver right now. It's in Poppy's truck. Also, even if I did, I don't have an extension long enough or 2 extensions in here that I could even get these things off with. So this will work for now. So this is the engine oil that came out of it, not the red stuff. That's transmission fluid that came out of my hay baler, out of the hydraulic cylinder. That's just in the same bucket. That's why it rose to the top. But that gray is the engine oil that came out of this. That means there's been a lot of water in that engine. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I found out how to get to the flywheel. But now, are you kidding me? There's more bolts in there. Why is there a walnut in there?
How would a rat get up in there?
That's I can't figure out. Oh, right there in the bottom. Ha! That'd be where it got in. I was excited to see what all's in here. I'm hoping not a piston. Oh my. Okay. Well, we got this deal. I'm guessing some kind of oil pump. Then we have our extremely nasty pan. There is about 1/8 of an inch of, and like 1/2 inch in some places, or just junk. It's got a lot of grit in it. Yeah, that's a chunk of metal. Yep, needs to be overhauled. That's something else that'll be coming up. Overhauling that, and overhauling my Ford 8N tractor. Gotta clean all this out and put it back together, and I should be good to go. That there was a rat's nest. Or a squirrel. I bet it was a squirrel. Down under here where this flywheel is, I need to take that and clean all that out. Well, my flywheel looks okay. It grinds real bad, but that might be my starter drive. Alright, so that's barely anything into the work I have to do for this thing. That wasn't even part of the plan for today. Changing that oil out, or cleaning that oil out. I just saw that and I thought, oh, that needs to be done. I'll check how much water or whatever's in it. As you can tell, it ain't just water, but it's not just oil either. I'm gonna clean this thing up in the next couple days, or probably tomorrow. Get it all cleaned up, put more oil in it, and clean the carburetor. It needs a generator on it, but I'm not going to do that until I get it running good enough to where it'll just drive for a while and work alright. But the tires, I'll fix that tomorrow too. I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow. I'll do wiring, get all that done, get the gas tank back on, get actual fuel running to it instead of this funnel right here. And I should be good to go for a while once I get carburetor cleaned, exhaust, wiring, maybe a new belt, and the tires. And I should be alright. I think it'll rake hay just fine with that 256 New Holland side delivery rake. And so that's going to be it for today's video. And y'all need to do me a favor here, or 3 favors actually. Need you to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. But I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye.